Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have a video for you guys discussing how you can finish the Enterprise's 5-year mission from Star Trek the Original Series because, well, there's two reasons. One is that today, at the time of recording, although by release it'll be yesterday, is the 55th anniversary of Star Trek, so happy birthday Star Trek. Does anyone need to know what that means? But yeah, there is also the fact that the 5-year mission kind of got cut short. Due to, in Star Trek the Original Series' third season, there was a bit of a decline in quality. Yeah, it wasn't the best. So CBS decided to, axe the show. Which is understandable, as it did get quite bad. Anyway, there are two ways that you guys can finish the 5-year mission of the original Enterprise. One, there's the canonical way, and there's the fun way. Now, I'm going to go over both, because both are pretty good, and both do have one thing in common. And that thing is Star Trek, the animated series. Now, this little animated series started in 1970, whereas the original series ended in 1969. Now, this show had 2 seasons, but despite that, only covered the 4th year of the 5-year mission. I don't understand why. But, hey-oh, that's what happened, which is why there's now 2 methods for this. So, this little animated series was made by a pretty well-known production company, Hanna-Barbera, and if that name doesn't ring a bell to you, Scooby-Doo. That better? Yeah. Yeah, same production company that made Scooby-Doo, and still does, actually. But this little animated series was pretty good. Got every character back except for Chekhov due to some contractual issues, so they made a new character to replace him. I can't remember his name, but he was an alien who had a 3rd arm sticking out of his chest, which was pretty cool. Like, it is Star Trek, anything can happen, and weirder things have happened. But this animated series, I'll admit I haven't watched it, but from what I've heard, it was okay. They got all the cast members back, so William Shatner was playing Captain Kirk, Leonard Nimoy was playing Spock, George Takei was playing Sulu, and so on and so forth, except for Chekhov. And that was left alone for a very long time. In fact, it wasn't touched until a couple of years ago, where in the canonical method, yes, this is the canonical one, IDW Comics stepped in, as they now make the Star Trek comics. So any comic book you see being made now will be made by IDW, who also make the Transformers and Doctor Who comics, if that name's sounding familiar to any Transformers and Doctor Who fans out there. And they made Star Trek Year 5, which at long last covered the final year of the original USS Enterprise's 5-year mission. And while I haven't read this, I've heard that it's been pretty good. In fact, it finished very recently, in fact, only a couple of months ago. So it was quite a long-running series. I think it started at some point in 2019, so it's been a very long-running one. But from what I've heard, it was pretty good, and it ended the only way it could, with the Enterprise returning to Earth space dock to receive its, what should have been 3-year, but Captain Kirk was very pushy, 18-month refit, which we eventually saw in Star Trek the Motion Picture. However, there is also the fun method, as I mentioned. Now, this method is a bit more fan-made. In fact, it is completely fan-made. It is called Star Trek Continues, and in fact, it's on YouTube, so I'm going to leave that link in the description to the channel if you want to go watch it. It's only 11 episodes, 45 minutes each, and it's really good. And this series has had quite a few cool things happen in it. For example, the late, great Grant Imahara from Mythbusters played Sulu, and of course he has now since passed away. So if you look on the channel, there's a very touching tribute video to Grant. It's quite sad to watch, but it's nice. There is also Chris Doohan playing Scotty. Now, Chris Doohan is the son of James Doohan, who actually played Scotty in the original and animated series. So I found it quite nice that his son's picked up his role. I thought that was quite cool. We've also got a few cameos in this show. In fact, in episode 1, there was a cameo of Michael Forrest, who played Apollo in the Star Trek the Original Series episode, Who Mourns for Adonis. Yes, he reprised that role about 50 years later, so wow. There was also a cameo from John Delancey, who played Q in Star Trek The Next Generation. However, he did not play Q in this series, as that would completely screw the timeline up. We also had a cameo from George Takei, who played Sulu, playing Sulu from the future. That was a strange episode, not gonna lie, and there is also episode 3 that takes place moments after the mirror episode of the original series finished. And I thought that was really cool because it literally started in the final scene where Mirror Spock is bringing Scotty, Kirk, and Uhura and Bones back to the Prime timeline. And we pick up from, in the Mirror Universe, what happened after that. And it was really cool to see. And the final episode was exactly what the final issue of the Star Trek Year 5 comic did. Brought the Enterprise back to Earth to receive its refit. And of course we saw those god-awful uniforms from the motion picture because Kirk got promoted to Admiral and we kind of needed to see them. So, yeah. But yeah, those are the 2 methods that you can use to finish the original 5-year mission of the USS Enterprise under the command of Captain Kirk from the original series. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. So, as always, people, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's and Frost's YouTube channels. The links are in the description. My sub button is down there. Yep, that big red one. Unless you've already subbed, then it's grey. Thanks for that, by the way. And once you've done that, don't forget to click all 3 of our bell icons to get all 3 sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why not? And let me know if you've done either of these methods or both, and which do you think is your favourite one to have done, if you've done both. Once you've done that too, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Stereo, on which I'm going live on again this Sunday, and TikTok. My link's going to be in the description, in the link tree. Don't forget as well to follow Roxanne on her blog, and Frost on his Instagram. Their links are also going to be in the link tree, below the description, and the Star Trek Continues YouTube channel. Once you've done that too, of course, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends, so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Live long and prosper.